If you've ever felt like no matter how many planners, apps, or productivity hacks you try and nothing actually sticks, this is why. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're unmotivated. It's because most productivity systems are built to track everything at once, and your brain doesn't work like that. You end up overwhelmed and scattered and constantly thinking about what you should be doing instead of actually doing it. So in this video, I'm going to show you the one system that completely changed how I organize my life, and it's called intentional journaling. Most systems fail for one simple reason, and that's because they try to put your entire life into one place. One planner, one to-do list, and one app with 50 tabs open. And then what happens? You look at it and your brain just freezes, because instead of clarity, you see everything you haven't done, everything you should be doing, and everything you forgot. And that's where that I don't even know where to start feeling comes from. It's not a discipline problem. It's a structure problem. Intentional journaling is different because instead of forcing everything into one space, you give each part of your life its own space. Each journal has a purpose, and each journal holds a specific type of energy. And because of that, your brain doesn't feel overloaded. It feels organized, it feels clear and focused. This works so well because it trains your brain to focus on one thing at a time, to stay present and to actually finish what you start. So instead of constantly jumping between tasks, you move through your day with direction. Now, journal number 1, this is the task journal. This is your main structure. You're going to create 3 to 5 categories, something like life admin, finances, responsibilities. The second one will be personal goals. And the third one will be content creation. Now, under each category, list specific tasks. For example, pay bill by this date, study Italian for 45 minutes, batch content. Then, this is the most important part, highlight the top 2 to 3 tasks in each category that matter the most. Not everything, just the priorities. You want to pause and read everything slowly. Don't stress, just absorb it. And then start your day with intention. And by intention, I mean start it with one task. Not 5, not everything, just one. Then you have in the back of your mind the very next thing you're going to do, and that's it. And move on to that next task. And that's how you train your focus. Journal number 2 is the accomplishment and reflection journal. This is where you're going to track what you've completed, what you've learned, and how you're growing. And this journal is only, and I stress, only for uplifting reflection. Even if you had a hard day, you frame it as, what did I learn? How am I grateful for that? How did I grow? This builds confidence and momentum. Now, journal number 3, this is the release journal. This is where everything else goes. The stress, the overthinking, the fear, the worry. No structure, no judgment. You just write it and you leave it there. That way, you're not carrying it around in your head anymore. This is optional, but this is what I do. I personally don't always use journal number 3. I use a voice note because my brain moves faster than my hand. And whenever I write, I'm also a writer. I'm not just an artist. And I tend to elaborate and expound to the extent where I'm essentially writing a story, and I'm able to fill up more than half of the journal in a matter of minutes or 1 or 2 hours. I've also found that doing a voice note journal allows you to reflect and hear what you're saying out loud, and it gives you a chance to discover more about yourself that way. And not just discover more about yourself, it's given me solutions as well. I want to stress it's very normal to talk to yourself, especially intentionally. Now, journal number 4 is the healing and reframing journal. This one is more intentional. Think of it like a workbook. You're actively working through past patterns, emotional triggers, mindset shifts, and this is where the real internal change happens. Journal number 5 is the food and lifestyle journal, and this one is very powerful because what you're going to do is you're going to track what you eat, how you feel, your sleep, and your workouts, and you start to see patterns. You see what gives you energy, what drains you, and you essentially learn how your body works, how to listen to your body, and how to follow what it's saying, and that affects everything else in your life. Journal number 6 is the creative expression journal. This is your art journal. So there's no rules, similar to journal number 3, just expression. And for me, this is collage. It's collage and mixed media, but it can be anything. It depends on your art style. But this keeps you inspired and connected to yourself in a creative way. Journal number 7 is going to be your personal growth and learning journal. And this can be about anything you're learning, a language, a skill, a passion, and it gives your growth a dedicated space. So if you're constantly feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or like you have to do everything at once, or feeling bad because you don't do enough, this is how you break out of that. You stop trying to hold your entire life in your head, you give yourself grace, and you allow yourself to be imperfect. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency, doing what it is that excites you the most, honing in on what it is that is most important to you and working towards that. Even if you take a rest day, even if you take a rest week, even if you take a rest month. The important thing is you acknowledge what you've done, what you're doing, and where you're going. When you have that intention and you work towards that consistently, that is what gives you clarity, that is what gives you momentum, and that is what gives you a sense of direction and control over your life. That way, you're not holding your entire life in your head. You're giving it structure, you're giving it space, and most importantly, you're focusing on one thing at a time. When you're in the present moment, that's what's happening, right? One thing at a time. There are many things happening at once in the present, sure. There are many different things that are going on. But what's important is not letting your job, friends, social media, your upbringing make you believe that multitasking is the way forward, especially if that's not the way that you learn. It is entirely not only possible, but pertinent to your growth as a person to learn how to be present, to take things one step at a time, and to know that it takes time to get where you're going. You don't want to overcomplicate this. This is how you can start. You start with just the 2 journals, your task journal and your accomplishment journal. Build that habit first. Build those habits first consistently. Then slowly add the others as you go. The goal isn't to rely on journals forever. The goal is actually to train your mind so well that eventually you just know what to do. You wake up with clarity. You move through your day with intention. You already know what you're going to do before you even do it. And you're ready. You're motivated. You're calm. You're clear in what you want to do. And you're no longer overwhelmed. You're in control. And if you still, for some reason, feel like you don't know where to start, here's a life hack that will actually help you. Take a coin or create a spinner wheel, write down all the things that are important to you, roughly 5 to 10 things that you're passionate about or working towards. If it's just 2 things, do a coin flip. If it's several things, use a spinner wheel and use that as clarity. The subject comes up as yoga. Wait, but I really wanted to do art. And you realize, I really wanted to do art. Now you have a sense of direction. You're learning to listen to yourself more. You're learning what actually drives you. You're learning to see the results and see the progress and be proud of that. And honor yourself for the progress you made, no matter how small, because no action is small. It's all a part of the progress. And progress is progress. Progress is progress. So if this helped you, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.